Hey, ¿cómo están? Wicho001 de vuelta con Genshin Impact. En el episodio, continuando la historia principal, tenemos que hablar con el personal del banco. Oh, no, entrar, sí. Uy. Wow. Me da huevo hablar con todos, así que... Y Caterina, ándale.
Welcome, friend of child, and congratulations on the first day of your illustrious career with the Fatui.
¿Qué? No tengo la intención de unirme a los Fatui.
You sound remarkably sure of yourself. Remember, we are mere mortals. Our ideas are fluid like water. Only the Tsaritsa truly has a will as solid as the permafrost. But back to the matter at hand. Child tells me that he has upheld his end of your agreement.
What agreement? Oh, the thing about him helping us find a guy?
Correct. Child promised he would find someone to break the stalemate. And the Harbingers do not break their promises lightly.
Ah, where is that guy anyway?
Child is currently at Lioli Pavilion.
¿El pabellón Yuli?
Oh, Paimon knows this one. Ahem. There are two styles of cooking in Liyue, known as Li style and Yue style. They have been competing for centuries, but neither has emerged as
Por eso
the
sí se
clear
llama
winner.
el lugar,
The
Liyue.
flagship restaurant of the Li style is the Lioli Pavilion. The owner especially chose to open the restaurant at Feiyuan Slope so they could compete face to face with the Shinue Kiosk, which is the flagship restaurant of the Yue style.
Solo en momentos así, no. Cuando de comida y bebida se
Don't
trata.
talk to Paimon like that. Anyway, Paimon's hungry. Let's get moving.
Adiós, amo perfeccionada. Oh. Me está diciendo que solo entré aquí para ese diálogo. God, Jesus, ok. Valió la pena. Uy, sí valió la pena. Pues ya que estamos aquí, hablemos con estas personitas de aquí, ¿no? Con ustedes no puedo hablar. Y se fue. Ok, bueno, entonces yo ya me voy.
Aha, you made it. As promised, I have found someone who can help you. Someone who can solve the mystery of why the Liyue Qixing would hide the Geo Archon's vessel.
So, where is he? In Lioli Pavilion?
He certainly is. Come, I'll introduce you. I took the liberty of setting up a business dinner, as per the Liyue custom.
Oh. Contratos.
Welcome back, sir. You honor us with your patronage. Mr. Zhongli is awaiting your arrival in the room you booked.
El vato de negro. Sí, él. Él va a estar en el banner, según entiendo, cuando se acabe su banner. En el gachapón. Es decir, en el sorteo de personajes. Abrición de paquetitos. Uy, se ve que tiene voz profunda. No se escucha.
Allow me to introduce Mr. Zhongli, consultant to an organization known as Wangsheng, and a trusted associate of the Fatui.
Asesor de una organización llamada El Camino, un socio de confianza. ¿El Camino?
Indeed, Wangsheng's line of work can be sensitive at times. Let's just say they understand when discretion is needed.
Dijo que cuando la discreción es dada, ellos entienden que debemos ser discretos, debido a que no son muy buenos tiempos en Liyue.
And we, the Fatui, have always been glad to do business with friends who walk in the shadows.
Esa sí fue una traducción más corta.
Walk in the shadows?
It is an honor to meet you. I have heard tell of you from Mondstadt.
Debo decir que la voz no le queda al personaje, pero veamos si me convence.
Discretion? Shadows? Is Wangshan some kind of business involving dealing with people?
Indeed, it is as you have guessed.
¿Cómo demonios vinculaste? ¿Qué? What?
The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor organizes burials.
Oh.
We ensure that those who pass on do so in peace.
Huh?
Did you think he was some sort of hired killer?
Yo no.
The Fatui calls many such people friends, but the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does not dabble in such business. Well, ostensibly.
En apariencia.
Well, they are still... I shouldn't say too much. In any case, I brought you to meet Mr. Zhongli because...
Because I can bring you to see Rex Lapis's vessel.
What?
Don't be so surprised. Sure, the Geo-Archon's body has been squirreled away by order of the Tianquan
Ninguna
Ningguang.
es mala.
But first, let's hear what Mr. Zhongli has to say, shall we?
Rex Lapis may be the prime of Adepti, but he is ultimately an Adeptus. Many Adepti have left us over the millennia. This is the inexorable trend. The times have changed. You must have felt it too when you were at Jueyun Karst.
Así que... Ciertamente, los adeptos están dejando Liyue.
As you have seen, the time of the Adepti is ending, and the time of mankind is slowly dawning. In years past, Liyue's tradition was that a huge memorial service be held to mark the passing of every Adeptus. But this time, the Qixing have made no attempt whatsoever to respect this tradition. It is sacrilege.
Especialmente cuando se trata de un deicidio.
Yeah, the killer hasn't even been caught yet.
Deicide or not, the concern of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is this. When the ritual to receive this god is so kingly, it is all the more egregious for his final send-off to go unattended to.
O sea, en esencia, él nos va a ayudar en nuestro objetivo con tal de que nosotros le ayudemos a respetar la tradición. Para él es un asunto más personal en cuanto a principios, cultura y costumbre. Costumbre no tanto. Que como tal tratar de... ¿Qué onda con Liyue, no? Y los 7 grandes y no sé qué.
Traveler, Child has told me a lot about you. Since you have had dealings with the Animo Archon,
Exactamente.
could I ask you to help me prepare the Geo Archon's last rites?
Acepto tu invitación.
A wise decision. The Tianquan Ningguang has forbidden anyone from accessing Rex Lapis's vessel, which of course you would need to access if you were to achieve your goal of meeting all of the 7.
Precisely. Only by participating in the rite of parting will you be able to see the form of Rex Lapis again.
Supongo que no tengo alternativa.
If we are agreed, come with me. We will speak of the details as we walk.
Sí, medio me convence la voz. No al 100.
All right, my
Pero-
bridge building work here is done. Turned out well, didn't it?
Sí.
You can go if you want to. Don't worry about me. I might just have a few more drinks and get acquainted with these things they call chopsticks in the meantime.
Iba a decir, eres de Japón y no sabes usar palillos. Pero eso es muy... no sé cómo es la palabra que uso.
My, chopsticks truly are difficult to use.
Es una idea generalizada incorrecta. Qué bárbaro, deicidio significa... Es el significado específico del asesinato de un dios. Sí, bueno, pero juegas Smite, ya lo has visto muchas veces. Sí, pero no sabía qué significaba. Acabo de googlearlo.
After having experienced the land of the absentee Archon, Traveler, how does it feel to know that our Archon and Adepti are here all around you in Liyue?
Pues está muerta, así que... Me gusta más el ambiente de Mondstadt.
I see. So you're that sort of
Sí,
person.
son más libres
It's not a
y
bad thing.
no tan cuadrados.
But I suppose you have yet to experience the substance of Liyue's 3,700 years of divinity. Organizing the rite of parting should prove to be an enlightening part of your travels. Liyue is the most prosperous of the 7 nations, defended by deities and ruled by the Qixing. As such, the diplomatic maneuverings of the Fatui have gained no purchase here. Ningguang of the Qixing has always been on her guard against the Fatui. That is in all likelihood why Child wants to make use of the Wangsheng funeral parlor's connections.
Huh. What would Child get out of us doing the rite of parting anyway?
I neither know nor do I wish to know. As far as I am concerned, the Fatui are merely financial sponsors. I only wish for Liyue's traditions to endure.
Pues no sé cuántos años tengas, pero si eres muy joven, tienes un gran sentido de respeto por la cultura y las tradiciones.
These are
Y
the
de ser
advanced
más
funds that
grande,
Child has
cielos santos,
provided.
¿cómo lo haces
If
para
you
ver
use
tan
them
joven?
up, you can go to him to apply for any subsequent funding.
Oh, me están dando mora.
Well then, let us be off. The first step in our preparations shall be to obtain some prize Noctilucus jade
¿Tengo de esa
worthy
cosa?
of a deity.
Saco de mora, fondos proporcionados por las entradas, manos dentro de seguida, bla, bla. ¿Cuánto es eso en cantidad? Oh, no, 18,000 no creo. Compra. Oh, ya, o sea, es específico para que yo vaya a comprar el jade noctilucoso. Estos nombres. Te juro, hay veces en las que no entiendo cómo lo hacen. ¡Sí, no!
Oh, what about the pickpockets?
Welcome to the Jade Mystery, my good friends. Would you like to try your luck betting on Jade? This could be your lucky day. It's cheap and it's fun, and who knows, you just might strike it rich.
Betting? No, we're here for... what was
Jade
it again?
noctilucoso.
Noctilucus jade, of radiant grade at the very least.
Radiant grade, Noctilucus Jade? I see. You're not a tourist. My apologies. I have some here for your perusal. What do you think? The Jade Mystery is an old name in the jade business. Just look at that wonderful quality. Rex Lapis doesn't often bless us with such finery. Go on, pick whichever one you like.
These 3 pieces really do look pretty. Not like the ones you usually dig up. But how do we pick? Should we just grab one and go?
¿Qué piensa, señor Zhongli?
Oh? You want me to decide? That is fine as well. If it were me, the answer would be simple.
Oh? And that would be...
I'll take them all, boss.
¿Qué?
Oh, you act with such panache, good sir. I always knew you were not a man of ordinary caliber.
Oh, wait, boss! That one didn't count! We need to discuss it again! Hey! If we only need one for the ritual, aren't we wasting 3 times the mora if we buy them all?
Paimon tiene razón.
Oh, Mora. It is as you say. I suppose I overlooked this particular aspect of the transaction.
¿Qué?
Huh? How do you not think about mora when buying things?
If one
Gente
must
rica, Paimon.
always consider Mora before acting, then in all things one is bound by Mora.
What?
All Mora is currency, but not all currency is Mora.
La amor es una divisa, pero no todas las divisas son moras. Eso es exacto.
Is this how the rich live?
Así es, Paimon.
Well, he knows a lot about big money, but not a lot about big savings.
No need to waver. Even when I am constrained by Mora, I have ways of working around my limitations. Evaluating the quality of Noctilucous jade is indeed very tricky. As crude ore, there is little difference in texture, lustrousness, and internal pattern between good and bad jade. Only after the item made using Noctilucous jade has taken shape will you be able to see whether it is up to par or not. If you return to those crafty merchants to quibble, they will counter by saying that your crafting bench is to blame, or that your heat control was poor.
Whoa! To think it's that easy to get cheated.
Oh, sí.
But there is a way to truly evaluate this jade, and a true insider would know it. A fool sees the pointer and misses the moon.
Un punto de que señala la... Okay.
What does that mean?
If you point at the moon with your finger, a wise man knows that you are pointing at the moon, while a fool will only see the finger. The patterns, the facade, these are all the finger. Noctilucous jade is a mystical stone used to light up the darkness, and so its brightness is the important thing. It is the moon. Noctilucous jade of excellent quality would have superior pyro affinity. In other words, the bluer and brighter the luster of the ore under high temperature, the higher its quality.
Es usted todo un experto.
I have imparted the priceless secrets of the jade trade to you. Now, all that's
diablos,
left
tenía que
is
poner
to put it
atención.
into practice.
Priceless, huh? Paimon's just sad that we might never be able to use it again. We're back to buy some rocks, boss. But can you let us burn them first?
Burn them? You can't do that, my friends. If you were to do so, what would I have to sell?
Entonces, ¿podemos obtener algunas muestras pequeñas?
That would... well... fine. As you wish, then. How about this? I can take a small sample of all three. I'll take a bit of a loss. We'll count it as a friendly gesture.
Don't worry, I know the rules. As long as we can prove that it is good jade, you will not take a loss.
All right, take these as samples. I've carved them off with a knife and tagged them to boot.
Estas muestras.
Aren't these too thin? Even paper's thicker. No, even a bug's wings are thicker. These are almost see-through.
¿Qué te caña?
Stingy? I've already been very generous. Any more and you may as well have my neck.
But wouldn't something this thin go poof if we held it to the fire?
It can't be helped. Trying to deprive a merchant of his profits would be like forcing a ravenous wolf to vomit up the food in its stomach. Nonetheless, under the right conditions, these thin slices will serve.
What sort of conditions?
While we add the high temperatures using pyro, we can use hydro to reinforce it from within. This way, the samples will not disintegrate immediately.
No sé cómo funciona eso, pero estoy impresionado.
Oh, sir, to think you were this learned. Thank you for your understanding.
Strictly speaking, asking for samples when we have not yet agreed to purchase the goods is unfair. Trade in Liyue must be based upon fairness.
Well, guess we just need to find a place to try this out.
Recuerdo que hay un lugar en el Valle de Adaupa.
Oh, Paimon remembers? We once saw this big pot down at the Dadaupa Gorge in the camp of the hilly churls from the Meaty tribe. It's real sturdy and should be able to take the elemental reactions. Now, let's pack those samples up and make a move.
No estoy en contra de que haya un montón de street texto. Wow. Este vato tiene una misión y voy a marcarla en este momento.
It has been a long time since I last set foot in the Nation of Wind.
Oh.
A friend of mine from Mondstadt would always bring a few bottles of locally brewed dandelion wine whenever he came to visit me in Liyue.
¿Qué?
It must be said that the famed liquor of the land of pastorals is far better than Sumeru's frigid snake wine.
Bueno, sí, ya, no me molesta.
It looks like the hilly trolls are still using it. It's a bit impolite, but we gotta cut the line.
Buenas, con permiso. Es solo una observación del
There's
diseño.
still soup in here. These hilly trolls sure have big appetites.
Bueno, ahora es nuestro laboratorio.
This soup looks like it could be used as our hydro-elemental protection. Let's fire it up and begin our experiment. We're ready to go. Paimon will help remember which one of the three is which. Use pyro to keep making the pot hotter until we get the results we need. Mr. Zhongli said that the shinier and bluer the ore gets, the better it is. So, pay close attention.
Maldición.
Whoa! That light came from the first Noctilucous Jade! Hilly trolls are surrounding us again! Were they attracted by the light? Such nosy neighbors! Let's take care of them and continue again after.
Estos vatos.
Let's spot them. That light came from the second Noctilucous Jade, didn't it?
Ok, entonces el tercero.
More hilly trolls! They don't give up, do they? Looks like they're mad that we ruined their food! Oh, that's bright! Too bright! That was the third Noctilucous Jade, wasn't it? It was so much shinier than the rest. Let's go with that one. Let's head back to the Jade Mystery to buy some jade, shall we?
Ok.
You're back, my friends. I've kept the goods for you. Which of them would you like?
La número 3, la número 3.
Exactly! That's the one Paimon remembers too!
No problem. If you have your eye on this one, you can have it.
Then we'll take a box of the third type of jade.
Done. All the same, and pardon me for asking, but I'm curious. Whatever do you need this much top-quality Noctilucous Jade for?
I suppose it would not hurt to tell you. We need them to make implements for the rite of parting.
Parting? Oh, dear. I'd heard the rumors, but had given much thought to them. This means that Rex Lapis really is... Oh, it's hard to believe. Even though the Jade Mystery has been in decline, we have always been under his protection. It is said that when our Lord lost his way while going incognito in the city 200 years ago, it was a spoon from the Jade Mystery that he had used to sample the local delights. Alas, alas, all things must pass. Well, if this is to be used to say farewell to Rex Lapis, then I shall sell this to you at half the price.
Are you
Pero
sure?
qué amable.
You didn't want to even give us an inch before.
If not for our Lord's protection, this city wouldn't exist as it does now. No proprietor could earn money off such a thing.
Oh, I'm sure Rex Lapis will feel your sentiment, boss.
In the safe hands of the Liyue Chising and good honest merchants such as yourself, I for one believe that Liyue will continue to prosper as it always has done.
Así que no nos desanimemos todavía.
All right. Thank you, my friends. What's with me getting all sentimental like this? I'll practically be giving away all my fortune at this rate.
Now that we've made our choice, let's take this Noctilucous Jade back.
Hey! minute. He said it was half price, not that we could leave without paying.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I must have forgotten to do that too. Let me see. As I thought, I didn't bring any.
Any what?
Mora, my apologies. Another oversight on my part.
Un hogareño del Liyue que no tienen dinero en mente.
Oh, that won't do. This isn't some small sum. Oh, wait! Didn't Child give us some advanced funds earlier?
Sí, aquí lo tengo.
That's a relief. Have a look.
It's fine. Just enough for half price. Though, to be honest, it'd be all right even if the sum wasn't quite enough.
Well, it's settled then. Let's take this jade to Yujing Terrace. That's where we plan to hold the rite.
Look at you bossing everyone around. You didn't cough up a single mora.
Supongo que tendremos que pedirle más financiación a Nopal.
It seems that
A
we
child.
must. I will keep that in mind. Thanks, both of you.
Es extraño, pareciera ser un tipo muy serio, muy organizado, muy objetivo y demás, pero no, resulta ser solo apasionado, solo lo que le gusta y distraído.
We can leave the jade here. I have already called for a jewelsmith to shape them into the implements that we will need.
Oh,
Ah, yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So, as for the jewelsmith's remuneration...
Crucemos los dedos para que no vayan a los
Guess
reembolsos.
we can't do anything else. Also, is this where we're doing the rite of parting?
Yes. I have already rented this location, and have begun making preparations for the rite.
El rito del descenso también tuvo lugar aquí.
That's right. The Liyue Qixing have acquiesced to using the same location.
But when something this big happened here, should suspects like us really be at the crime scene? We might get caught by the Millilith. Although with that said, since we got back from Dwayne Karst, none of those pesky Millilith soldiers have come chasing after us. Wonder what that's about.
Bueno, a veces esas observaciones muy inteligentes.
Also, the, Rex Lapis vessel.
Traditionally, we call it the Exuvia.
Ah, right! That's what it was called. You seem to know everything, Mr. Zhongli. So, was this Exuvia hidden away by the Qixing? I mean, we haven't even figured out who the murderer is.
Estamos jugando Among Us.
One must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. Surely they must have found all the evidence that there is to find here.
Hay algo que no cuadra.
These things are for the authorities in Yujing Terrace to consider. Trying to help would probably only add to their troubles. Before the rite is conducted, the Exuvia will be kept temporarily in the Golden House.
Allá adentro tenemos que ir.
The only mint in Liyue, which is to say the only mint in Tevat. All the mora that flows throughout the world is minted there.
Oh,
Pues sí, él fue el que acuñó la moneda.
Oh, no! Paimon wasn't thinking about anything bad. Paimon thinks it suits Morax. But why do you know this, Mr. Zhongli?
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the Qixing, it is a semi-official event. As such, there is already some limited information available.
Las 7 estrellas proporcionan la ubicación y Nova los fondos.
Perhaps each has their motives. But this is the capital of commerce. A little exploitation once in a while is not unacceptable. In Liyue, where the god of contracts reigns, only contracts may not be betrayed. I, for one, have no issue with little maneuvers outside their remit. Well then, we should go and prepare the perfumes used in the rite.
Perfumes? Where'll we get those? Do we buy them?
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly decocted. The quality of the silk flowers we require is also special.
Esto es lo que me refiero. Se vuelve
Silk
muy
flower
pesado
petals
pensar en
contain a
ahora tengo
fibrous
que ir a hablar
material
con un
of good quality,
comerciante,
often used in brocade
que me diga
making.
no sé qué, interacción
Its scent,
social, conocer
is
al
most
personaje,
elegant,
deme las
and is
flores, voy a
especially
probar las
suited for
flores,
solemn
tantita
events,
pelea,
like
vuelvo
giving
con el
offerings to
señor, más
gods and
diálogo,
adepti.
hablar con el señor porque quiere enterarse qué sucede, cuál es nuestro propósito, bla bla bla. Igual y me equivoco, pero...
It's time for Zhongli's lectures on high society again.
We shall not speak of the details right now. Follow me. We shall go to the merchants to purchase our ingredients.
Ok. Qué emoción. Aquí vamos.
Hey, boss, do you sell silk flowers here?
Silk flowers? We certainly do. Which kind would you like?
Which kind? The good kind? The best kind? Remind Paimon what kinds there are again.
Ugh, you ignorant shoppers. Always coming in here with your stupid questions.
Golden House Maiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of each to start with, if you don't mind.
My goodness, this gentleman is quite the connoisseur. You two must be his servants. Please refrain from any further attempts to contribute.
Si lo que tengo primero no podemos con una emergencia. Bueno, supongo que lo tengo
Now
que decir.
then, please peruse at your leisure. Do let me know if you have any further thoughts.
Silk flowers exhibit different properties based on how their environmental conditions differ from their ancestral habitat. Nevertheless, these are fine specimens, excellently preserved. Just look at the abundant foliage here, and these stamens, glamorous as a maiden of the Golden House. This strain is an evergreen, and mostly grows under complex hydrological conditions. By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in large clusters. Morphologically, it is distinguished by the profusion of petals and densely packed stamens, though its powerful scent gives it away just as easily.
Oh, ya nos dijo lo último.
Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Unlike its exuberant cousins, flowers and foliage are minimal, and when in season, it has a subtle yet enduring scent. It was first discovered by the ancients when they scaled the mountains in search of the adepti. Silk flowers have all but disappeared from the wild today due to geographical changes over Liyue's history. Most are not grown by horticulturalists.
Wow, a true connoisseur. Most of that was news even to me.
Perdón, me
I
estaba quedando
possess
dormido.
but a smattering of trivial knowledge. My traveler friend is the one to watch. They are on track to set foot in every corner of the world.
Son las más impresionantes de lo que realmente
Oh,
es.
Mr. Zhongli, you're way too humble. So, which silk flower did you want anyway?
I'll take them all, boss.
Again?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera tickets, it is natural to decide based on which singer has the most melodious voice. The same logic applies when purchasing a pet bird.
¿Qué?
But this silk flower purchase is not an analogous case. Perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct perfume from different subspecies of silk flower when making an offering to a statue of the Seven. Rex Lapis will then make his own choice between the scents. Like several other tedious and complicated traditions, this one has become simplified over time. But this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the seven in 3,700 years. As such, I do think we should honor tradition down to the last detail in this case. Now that's settled, a question. Do you have any mora on you?
You forgot to bring money again? Zhongli.
A estas alturas me sorprendería más que lo hubiera recordado.
If I may interject, did I hear you say that these flowers are to be an offering to the Lord of Geo himself?
Yes, in a sense.
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? I heard the awful news about what happened at this year's Rite of Dissension. It would be bad luck to say it out loud, but I've been worried about our dear Lord ever since. I'm worried that everything I've heard is true. Since these flowers will be used to glorify our Lord, they're free of charge. Just don't forget to pass on my regards.
Oh, qué buena onda.
Are you serious?
Why wouldn't I be? I would be nobody if not for Rex Lapis. If he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares, they'd only be worth a fraction of what I can sell them for today.
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity making cameo appearances in support of local businesses.
Thank you, boss. I think I speak for all of us when I say that your generosity has saved our skins.
Our skins? You were the one who forgot to bring money.
Please, it's the least I could do.
So, now that we've got the flowers, how do we make the perfume?
Ideally with the help of an expert. Unfortunately, none of my acquaintances have personal experience in the art of decoction.
Talk about first world problems.
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city. Try the common folk, especially women.
So this time we get to go around town looking for nice-smelling ladies to talk to? Paimon likes this job.
Eso suena extraño.
I will wait for you near the statue of the Seven. Meet me there when the perfume is ready.
Ok. Hablar con más personas. Enterarme de sus problemas.
Let's ask Lan.
Hacer
She's
mandados.
master of the Liyue branch, right? Lan,
Hola,
we need to
Lan.
ask you for a favor.
I stopped accepting commissions a long time ago. Sorry, you two, but you'll just have to ask another adventurer.
Oh, it's not that kind of favor. It's just a teeny tiny thing.
¿Sabes cómo hacer perfume?
Wow. Just wow.
¿Qué?
Do I look like the kind of girl who wears perfume to you? I think you're underestimating the kind of person I am.
Well, Paimon thinks you smell amazing. So come on, Lan. What's your secret if not perfume?
Pedos.
Now that you mention it, yes, there is something. What is that scent? Oh,
Okay,
it
no?
must be from the Qingxin flowers I picked on the way back. I forgot I still had them with me.
Aha! The truth is out. Lan's got a soft spot for wildflowers.
No, they were for medicinal use only. Anyway, this is a pointless conversation. If you want to know about perfume, try talking to Qimei.
The fortune teller, right? Paimon remembers she smells pretty good. Thanks, Lan. See you around.
O sea, para ella usar perfume es un insulto. Oler puerco sucio y a sudor es lo chido aquí. Ok.
Long sword in hand and the world at my feet.
Hello. How may I help?
We've come to ask you a question.
¿Sabe hacer perfume?
Perfume? I rarely think to use it, let alone about how to make it myself. That said, some of the cosmetics I use are scented. Perhaps that's the cause of this confusion. Since I usually set up my stall by the docks, I avoid perfume like the plague, because Celestia forbid those lusty sailors catch a whiff and come hunting for the source.
Oh.
That's the worst thing Paimon's heard all day.
While we're on the subject, have you never heard anyone mention Yingar's homemade perfume?
Yang air? Oh, as in scent of spring yang air?
Yes, that's her. Many a rich family's daughter has gotten her to make perfume for them. Apparently, her homemade product is better than anything you'll find on the market.
Great! This is just the intel we need. Finally, we're getting somewhere.
Yay, hablar con más personas. Porque es mi cosa favorita por hacer en videojuegos. Hablar con personas.
Well, hello. You found me at last. I've been waiting for you.
¿Qué?
What?
Pensé que la
How did
adivinara
you
la
know we
otra.
were coming?
Oh, I heard a rumor about a couple who were snooping around town looking for a sweet-smelling lady. Actually, I was starting to worry you wouldn't find me. This is the ultimate test of my appeal, after all.
Señorita, me está coqueteando.
Snooping around? Why are you making it out like we're bad people?
What can I say? People love to talk. Maybe you ought to be more discreet in the future if you don't want word to get around. Relax. I know why you're here. You want to get your hand on my homemade perfume, don't you? What kind would you like?
Vamos a usar estas 3 flores de seda.
3 in one go. My goodness. You have extreme tastes for someone your age. Maybe the rumors I heard were true after all. You're on the prowl and need some sweet-smelling ammunition.
Me agradaste,
Is that
señorita.
it?
No es para regalar, es una ofrenda para Rex Lapis.
Is that the best you could come up with? Even if you were genuinely offering perfume to a deity, that doesn't explain why you'd need 3 kinds. Sorry, your story just doesn't hold water.
Zhongli was right. People don't remember this tradition anymore.
As one of my favorite poems goes, O cherry tree, begrudge not thy blossoms as they are deflowered in the spring, for come winter, even thy sturdiest wood shall wither.
That went over Paimon's head a little.
In short, I'm happy to help. Traveler, you can be my assistant, but you'd better make sure I'm the only person
Porque
on
siento
your
que
mind
seré
while you're
abusado
hanging
sexualmente en
around
este
with me.
establecimiento al término de esta misión.
So,
Bueno.
where is a good place for making sweet, sweet perfume?
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué esa noción? En el Valle de Atahualpa.
Where's that? Mondstadt? We're only making some perfume. There's no need to go to such ridiculous lengths. Somewhere closer to home will do.
Ah, ciérrame el hocico, juego. Sí, esa era la opción. Ay, cabrón. Bien, hasta eso todavía esto me da risa, porque es ridículo, pero al menos me hace reír.
I've had a word with Chef Mao. We can start work now. Are you ready to please me?
Oh, no.
What did
Tengo
you
miedo.
say?
I meant make me proud, as my assistant, obviously.
Tengo miedo.
While I'm setting up, you can go and fetch some water.
No nos agachemos, es lo importante. No hay que agacharse, no hay que agacharse. Ah. Okay.
I think I may have overeaten.
Oh, mira, sí me empujo a la gente. Yo pensé que solo era un mito hecho por los papás.
Leo's really got a lot going for it.
Restaurant.
Cheap and tasty chop suey.
Ah, what? Ah. Presiona R3, juego. Gracias.
This water will do nicely. Now, I need you to extract the silk flower essence using a crafting bench. Perfume making uses an altogether different technique from alchemy. Here, let me teach you. Very carefully, take hold of the mortar and pestle. Gently does it. You need to keep your wrist firm so your hand doesn't slip. Now use your strong hand to stir it with a persistent rhythm. Keep going until the juices start to come out.
A ver. Ah. Normalmente yo soy el depravado, pervertido, mal pensado, doble sentido de mis grupos, o sea, de mis amistades y que conozco. Pero no me van a decir. De por sí la señorita trae una vibra como que muy coqueta.
Ya se nos ha enseñado 2 veces. Y ahora está literalmente describiendo cómo realizar la... Y no solo eso, el juego le hace seguimiento teniendo una opción inocente que es totalmente objetiva conforme al objetivo y otra donde claramente da a entender que eres un experto porque básicamente habla de que te la constantemente.
Ooh, you're a natural, like a fish to water.
Esto me incomoda.
Now take these
¿Por qué los
and try it out
estás
on your
haciendo?
own using a nearby crafting bench. Don't forget to do all 3. They look visually identical during the essence extraction process, but I will put them into separate containers when the perfume is ready.
No lo sé, no lo sé. Aprendí. Extraer las esencias. No sé ustedes, a mí me sonó que fue una total analogía a la masturbación del hombre. Ajá. No puedo seleccionar un personaje para esto. Mira a mí, porque supone que yo lo tengo que hacer. No consume moras. Qué lindos. Ok, algo que se me antoja hacer antes de que me vaya. ¡Oh! Puedo hacer guía de la poesía. Yes. Necesito esto. Ok, ustedes me acompañarán a ver esto. Talentos. ¿Qué quiero mejorar? ¿Mi ulti o mi poder? ¿Qué es esto? Ya de la poesía es lo que hice, ¿no? Sí. Solo puedo mejorar uno. ¿Este qué es? Ah, de la resistencia. Pues el vórtice. Ok. ¿Cuánto? Ah, ok. Ok.
Try something new at the Wanmin restaurant. Liyue people must have iron stomachs.
Wow, this is some exquisite silk flower essence. On to the next stage, the most important one of all. The essence is placed into water and simmered over a low heat until most of the water has boiled off. You must take care to control the heat during this process. If the temperature goes too high, it will affect the scent. So please focus on controlling the heat. This is the final step. Don't waste a drop of that essence now. We want all of it in there.
Oh, pensé que iba a ser un minijuego.
All 3 perfumes are ready, and you, my friend, were a wonderful assistant. A testament to the lengths you will go to for romance. It's so rare to see nowadays.
Pensientito de ese tiempo.
Wow, you actually remembered my throwaway comment. You know, you're cuter than people give you credit for. If I didn't have my guard up, I can see how easily one could be taken in.
Dios santo.
Anyway, shall I give you a brief overview of each scent? It might just help you match the right scent to the right occasion.
Paimon wants to hear this.
This first one is
Olvida
sweet
que
as
tenía una niña al
candy,
lado.
straight out of a fairy tale. Younger women will love it. The second one is for those with more refined tastes, the first choice for daughters of high society.
O sea, es como una mamá tía dándome consejos para conquistar jóvenes de mi edad.
Finally, the third one has a soft but lingering scent, like a mist that captures the last light of dusk. Mature women adore this one. All clear? Don't get them mixed up now. You'll ruin the mood.
Me acordaré.
Good. Be sure to come visit if you ever need help with anything, okay? I'll leave you with some parting words. One who tries to sail 3 boats simultaneously should be careful not to go overboard.
Ok, entiendo eso.
Come and hang out with me at Scent of Spring sometime, okay?
Es buena señora al final del día.
Let's take these 3
Solo es
perfumes over
traviesa.
to the Statue of the Seven. Mr. Zhongli's probably been waiting a while.
Óyeme, ese vato no tiene ningún derecho de exigirme nada después de que fui abusado y acosado psicológicamente de una forma sexual. Así que ese vato puede esperar un momento más en lo que me recupero. Zhongli, necesito consejos para ligar con mujeres mayores.
We've brought the perfumes, Mr. Zhongli. Did we take too long? You were just staring up at the statue.
Oh, you're back. Don't worry, I haven't waited long. Compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept over Liyue, this was but a brief moment.
Well, how can a person compete with a statue?
That is true. Well, have you brought the perfumes?
3 sets, and not 1 less.
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet as a dream, and it's liked by younger ladies. This is the second kind. It's got an elegant smell, and the daughters of high society love it. The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist. And it's a favorite
Algo
of
así,
mature
algo así como la niebla que captura.
Oh, what was that?
Entonces la respuesta es el tercer
That's
perfume.
the one older ladies like, right? Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
Yo lo pensé más como que, a Rex Lapis les gusta a las mujeres mayores.
Perhaps. Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms. Perhaps that really was one of them.
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon form, and...
Sí, de hecho fue muy prejuicioso pensar que es hombre.
Let's hope the Chising can catch the real killer.
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
Todo sea por ver la exuvia.
So, we finished another step in our preparations. What's next?
Next, I would like the 2 of you to help me borrow the cleansing bell.
¿Qué? Yo tengo eso.
Cleansing bell?
At present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell. She lives near Yujing Terrace. If you ask her, she will know what to do.
Sure, but aren't you going to come with us?
Por favor, no quiero ser acosado por más mujeres mayores.
I have certain reasons why I cannot be there in person. Please.
Oh,
do
tú
this for
fuiste
me.
abusado por esa mujer mayor, ¿eh? Entiendo.
Man, why has he gotta be so secretive this time?
Ok, buddy. Tomaré este golpe por ti. Yo creo que dejo este episodio aquí. Realmente no sé cuánto esté durando todo esto. Este último fue más divertido porque, no sé, las cosas que pasaron, ¿no? Pero realmente es pesado jugar esto con tanto diálogo. En fin, nos vemos en el siguiente Genshin Impact. Bye.